Hello and welcome to another edition of the First Pitch podcast on Pitcher List. My name is Trevor Hooth and I am back. So sorry about yesterday's podcast. I was having Wi Fi issues, couldn't get one out, but we are back today and there is baseball to talk about. Let's jump right in. Of course, starting with the news. Will Smith, Dodgers catcher, his hand continues to be an issue. It's something he's been dealing with for a couple weeks now after taking a foul ball off of it. He is on the IL already, and it seems like, according to further scans, there's a hairline fracture in that hand. That will all but end his regular season, and it puts his playoff availability up in the air as well. So Will Smith not going to return the rest of this season. For the Brewers, Jacob Mizorowski was fantastic when he first came up, but we started to see some of those question marks appear. And it's kind of gone to a place where the Brewers are considering having him end the season in the bullpen. It's not a terrible thing, but he does have some command issues that have been well noted. And it seems like maybe a bullpen role would be what's best for the team and maybe even for him as he tries to lock back into the guy that we saw when he first got his promotion. Either way, it seems like Mizorowski is headed for a relief role for the last little bit of the season that we have. Pablo Lopez lands on the IL once again for the Twins. Lopez has had an injury-filled season, has not been on the field a whole lot. When healthy, he's been very good. He's been Pablo Lopez, but that health has been a big question mark this year. Mick Abel is up with the team, and he's had his fair share of struggles since he was sent from the Phillies to the Twins at the trade deadline. He's had some bright spots this year with Philly, but since the trade has hit a few bumps in the road. For the Blue Jays, Chris Bassett lands on the 15-day IL with back inflammation. They recalled reliever Mason Fluharty. And as it stands, the Jays rotation right now is Kevin Gausman, Max Scherzer, Shane Bieber, and Trey Yesavage. Eric Lauer, Jose Barrios, both had been moved to the bullpen. Actually came out super recently that Barrios was going to be in the bullpen the rest of the way. He may actually return to the rotation now to take the spot of Chris Bassett. Nothing official. We'll have to see what happens. I'm just speculating, but it seems like Barrios would be the clear option to rejoin the rotation just honestly a day after they said, hey, he's going to move to the bullpen. Brian Wu left his most recent start early. It's revealed that he has minor inflammation in his pec. There is no other news about it. They are hoping he can avoid a stint on the IL to end the year, but that is not going to be known for the next day or two. So keep your eyes on the news for that. If it does, end his regular season, if it's a minor strain, and that is the word being used by the club, quote unquote, minor strain, then that is not necessarily a long-term concern, but he may be out, may miss a start. All that, whatever's going to happen, that is going to come out in the coming days. Zach Gelof is going to undergo surgery, season-ending shoulder surgery. The team does anticipate him being ready for spring training next year, and that A's infield is super fun without Gelof. Could be more fun with him, but he has had his battle with strikeouts this year and into last year when health. I mean, health was the big battle this year, but has struck out a lot. He had his amazing rookie year. We haven't quite seen that guy. We'll have to see what happens. Either way, the Athletics infield is super fun right now, but Zach Gelof undergoing season-ending shoulder surgery and is expected to be ready for spring training 2026. And wrapping up our news for the Guardians, Nolan Jones is heading to the IL, and they have recalled Petey Halpin. Jones has, he struggled. There's no other way to put that. Petey Halpin will be making his MLB debut when he does get into a game. Been playing at AAA and is already on the 40-man roster because he had to be added to protect him from the Rule 5. In AAA this season, 14 home runs, 15 steals. He's a fourth outfielder type, but he does have, as the numbers suggest, a little bit of pop, a little bit of speed. He's pretty good on defense, should be able to play several outfield positions. But congratulations to Petey Halpin. And when he does get in a game, it will be his MLB debut. And once again, Nolan Jones heading to the IL. Look at some hitting highlights. Why not? We'll just start with the Guardians. That's where we just ended the news. Bo Naylor hit 2 home runs in one of the doubleheader games that the Guardians played against the Twins. So, real good day for him. Fortunately for the season, hitting 195. Bryce Eldridge, the Giants rookie, collected his first major league hit. It was a double. This dude hits the ball hard. That is his entire job. That's what he's good at. The 6'7" monster of a human being has so much power, so much juice in the bat, but lots of strikeouts. We're seeing what that looks like early on. Very small stint, 4 games, 1 for 12 with 6 strikeouts. And of course, this double being the only hit. But congratulations to him on his first hit in the big leagues. I'm sure many more to come, and a lot of them going to be home runs because this dude has so much power. I mean, this is double plus. This is 70 grade power probably. So he's going to have his share of home runs. You just got to dig through the strikeouts to get there. Speaking of home runs, Shohei Ohtani has hit 53 of them. He had another one yesterday, and dude can still hit after putting up his amazing offensive season last year. Doing it again because, hey, he's Shohei Ohtani. Why not? Mike Trout, congratulations to him. He had his 22nd home run of the season, but more significantly, that was his 400th career home run. So congratulations to Mike Trout. I mean, hey, we all know he's really good, right? Or he's had a weird season. He has had a weird season, but a lot of talent there, obviously, and one of the best players, if not the best player of when I was growing up. So awesome to see him hit that milestone. Moving on to the White Sox, Lennon Sosa is going to head into next season with first base and second base eligibility, and he's had a pretty good season overall, and maybe a late round draft guy next year in redraft leagues, hitting 261 with 21 home runs. He has been cold lately to end the season, 221, 7 home runs over his last 30, and he's like 200 over his last 15. Like he's on a cold stretch for sure, but a very solid year overall, and he should have a role there next year. So if you're looking for a guy late in drafts, just hoping he can maybe recreate this, maybe not the worst pick, especially if you're in deeper leagues. But Lennon Sosa now 21 home runs on the year after hitting one in yesterday's game. You know who also hit one? I don't want to shock anybody. I don't want to shock anybody. So prepare yourself. Cal Raleigh hit another home run. He has 57 on the year and just seems like all the time. This is what he does. 57 home runs. This basically is what he's doing. But just a phenomenal year for him as a catcher, breaking all sorts of records for catchers and whatnot, and definitely going to be in the MVP conversation. But regardless of his slow stretch that he's had in the back half of this year, still showing off that power. 57 home runs on the season for Cal Raleigh after hitting one yesterday. One of my favorite low-key prospects that has been playing, well, he's not a prospect anymore. He graduated, but was a prospect entering the year that has been playing pretty regularly in Washington is Dalen Lyle. He hit his 7th home run of the season yesterday. He's got 300 at bats at the big league level now, hitting 288, and he's really starting to click lately. 5 of his 7 homers on the season have come in the last 30 games, and he's almost certainly hitting his way into a job next season, which you love to see. And great to see. I mean, I have no words. I am such a Dalen Lyle fan. I was hoping he would have success, and he is. He's hitting for average. He's starting to show a little bit more power, and he does have a little bit of speed too. Definitely an interesting player, and especially if he is doing what I think and earning his spot for next season. For the Braves, Nacho Alvarez Jr., 2 home runs in the game yesterday. He's hitting 249 through 169 at bats in the big leagues this year. Those are his first 2 home runs on the season. And more importantly, when you're looking at his value in fantasy and what he's providing, those are his first counting stats. No steals and just these 2 home runs on the year. So kind of a good for him. I mean, great game. But when you're looking at fantasy, he's not being super helpful right now, especially hitting, he's hitting under 250 without providing the counting stats. It's just not quite what you're looking for unless you're in a super deep league. And wrapping up hitter Spencer Torkelson went yard in yesterday's games. He's tied his career high 31 home runs. He did it in less time, and he has a better average and more walks on the year. We are seeing a different version of Spencer Torkelson this year. Let's hope it sticks heading into next year, because he had that really good year and then the really bad year, and everybody was like, no, he's going to be bad. And then if you bought low, great buy. I did it in one league. I wish I did it in more, because this has been fantastic. And let's hope this continues. I mean, Tigers fan, I hope this continues on, but he has been a brand new hitter almost this year with what he's doing, because he's added those walks and because he's hitting a little bit better. And of course, now with 31 home runs with a chance to set a new career high this year. So good for Spencer Torkelson. Moving on to some starting pitching. How about the Guardians? Their pitching staff blanked the Twins for 2 games. They had a doubleheader. The Twins scored 0 runs in that doubleheader. Logan T. Allen led the way in one of the games, tossing 8 shutout innings and striking out 7. The other side was pitched by Slade Ciccone, who tossed 7 shutout innings, striking out 8. But just a great feat, not giving up a run across both of the games played in the day. Kyle Hendricks put up one of his best starts of the season for the Angels through 7 shutout innings, struck out 5 and scattered 3 hits, lowering his season ERA to 4.79. Moving on to the Royals, Noah Cameron's rookie season has been very good, a lot better than what personally I anticipated and what I think a lot of people anticipated with him coming up. But he's done nothing but perform well, it seems like. He allowed just a single run and struck out 5 over 6 2/3 against the Blue Jays. And as the year is wrapping up, I mean, his season's not over by any means, but as the year is wrapping up, he's sporting a 2.90 ERA with 108 strikeouts and 133 2/3 innings. And again, that is far beyond what many people predicted for him. I thought he'd be in AAA by this point, but he has earned his spot in that rotation through good performance. Carlos Rodon struck out 8 over 7 innings, allowing a single run against the Orioles. And again, we're towards the end of the season. Rodon putting up good numbers, 3.04 ERA, 198 strikeouts through 189 innings. Kyle Harrison, one of the main pieces of the Rafael Devers trade, made his first start as a member of the Red Sox, his second appearance at the big league level for him, but the first time, getting the ball from the jump. Allowed 1 run over 6 innings with 5 strikeouts. The young lefty has a lot of potential. Kyle Harrison can be a very good pitcher in this league. We just haven't quite seen it. He didn't really show it with the Giants. There's some command things, some other things that he can clean up, but he's been pitching a lot in the minors this year with both the Giants and the Red Sox. Come up to, again, his first start, second appearance for his new team went very well, allowing only 1 run over 6 innings. And maybe the Red Sox have figured something out with Kyle Harrison, though still it's kind of just him against the world now as the Devers return, because Jordan Hicks is Jordan Hicks and Tibbs is, well, he's somewhere else now. So a lot of weight on Kyle Harrison's shoulder there. Anyway, let's move on. Bubba Chandler, 6 strikeouts across 5 shutout innings, allowing just a single hit for the Pirates. And this is the Bubba Chandler that we were all hoping to get at some point. Obviously, he'll give up runs, but with his really good fastball, he can get some strikeouts, and the walks were the big thing, right? And he didn't walk anybody. Great outing for Bubba Chandler. For the Nationals, another young pitcher, Cade Cavalli, threw 5 shutout innings, struck out 3 while scattering 5 hits and a walk. If you're a Cade Cavalli guy, you love to see it. If you're not, still a good performance. You got to give it a nod. I am not a Cade Cavalli guy personally. And our last pitcher, Nolan McLean. Oh, he's so good. 6 strikeouts in 5 innings. He allowed 1 earned run, 3 total. And I cannot put enough Nolan McLean hype out there from whatever platform that I have. I want to scream it from the rooftops. Actually, Ross Jensen put out a poll on Twitter recently and gave 4 different young starters. And I voted. I was between Chase Burns and Nolan McLean. And Chase Burns is probably the right answer. Like who you want long-term in Dynasty. I picked Nolan McLean, man. I am so hyped up about what this guy can be and where his career could go. His stuff is nasty, and we are just seeing what he looks like as a pitcher only. He was a 2-way player heading into this year, and this is what he's doing his first year, just focusing on pitching. I don't know, man. I think sky's the limit. I think McLean's going to be so good. I am all in on it. With that, quick timeout right now. When I come back, got some pitching targets to talk about coming up in today's games. Appreciate you being here with me. My name is Trevor Hooth, and this is the First Pitch Podcast on Pitcher List. And welcome back to the First Pitch Podcast on Pitcher List. My name is Trevor Hooth. We've talked news, we've talked some hitting and pitching highlights from yesterday's games. Let's take a look at today, see what we got coming up. How about Trey Savage? That's right. I'm going to talk about my rookies here. Big prospect guy. If you don't know that by now, love me some prospects. Trey Savage. He's going to look to follow up his great debut with another good outing. He's got the Royals coming up today, and in the debut, Savage struck out 9 over 5 innings, was close to an immaculate inning. I mean, you started to see exactly why he climbed all those levels. Started in low A and stopped everywhere along the way to get to the majors this year. You love to see it. Hopefully he can put another good performance up against the Royals and show us that, hey, Trey Savage is going to be a person that you want to keep an eye on, especially, in redraft fantasy for years to come. He's got that kind of potential. We'll see what happens. Joey Cantillo's on the mound for the Guardians, and I have put his name out there several times on this podcast, and I've been burned, I think, every time. He is not the most reliable starter. He was great out of the bullpen. The rotation hasn't been as nice to him, but he's facing a Twins lineup that was just blanked for 2 games in a row. That could go 2 ways, I think. Either they'll continue to struggle or they'll say, hey, we really got to get it in gear, and it's going to be a tough day for Cantillo. But I think he has the stuff where he can pull this off and hold them down a bit, get some strikeouts, and capitalize on what was a bad day of baseball yesterday for the Twins offense. So Cantillo against a struggling team. I'm going to try it one more time. I like the matchup. I really do. Caden Dana for the Angels. He's pitching in Coors against the Rockies and coming off back-to-back 5 earned run outings. So maybe don't start him. That's not what I'm saying, but I do want to say I still believe in Caden Dana long-term. Do not give up on him heading into next year. If it seems at all like he's going to be in the rotation, I think he's worth a late round dart throw. And I just wanted to say that before this year's over, because he has the talent. He's shown us that he can be successful in the majors. It's just been in spurts and surrounded by things like back-to-back 5 earned run outings. I probably sound crazy, but I am. So let's just roll with it. I like Caden Dana, not necessarily in Coors against the Rockies today, but long-term, big Caden Dana guy. And finally, the matchup of the day, Red Sox versus Rays. Connolly Early versus Joe Boyle. Connolly Early, another rookie, shocker, I know. 18 strikeouts across 10 innings in the big leagues this year, and he's taken on Joe Boyle, who at any given moment could strike out anyone in the lineup. So this is potentially a very fun matchup if Joe Boyle has his command and is able to get whiffs on that day. That's the inconsistency you fight with him. But between Early and Boyle, this could be a very high strikeout outing between the 2 starters, and I'm interested and anxious to see how it turns out. With that, just a reminder, check out pitcherlist.com. We got lots of good stuff there. The top 100 pitchers, hitters, relievers, done by, of course, Nick Pollock, Scott Chu, and Rick Graham, and all the other great written content that is coming out all the time on that website. Check it out. And if you're not a member of PL Pro, join PL Pro. We have our Discord. We're always talking baseball. Would love to see you there. With that, I will see you guys next weekend. My name is Trevor Hooth, and this has been another edition of the First Pitch Podcast on Pitcher List.